What are we doing?
We're packing up the last load from our house,
What are we doing with it?
putting it in storage.
Yeah. How are you feeling?
Tired.
Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know, if I'll ever figure out where the road goes.
Well, right now we're on our way down to a little tiny town in eastern Arizona called St. John. We're buying some property down there, and we're heading down now to get some of the basic infrastructure set up in preparation for our grid life crisis move. We are both suburbanite kids, but we're heading to the middle of nowhere, kind of like, you know, the old homesteaders back in the 1800s. We're getting some property, and we're going to be starting our own destinies kind of from scratch.
How are you feeling about that?
Probably equal parts excited and terrified. It's a great adventure, and so it's just stepping out of our comfort zone into the unfamiliar.
Definitely. Okay, so we are in Arizona. It's our second trip to Arizona looking for land. And
Let's be clear. We've been waiting for land for 7 months.
yes, it's been a really long process. The land that we've been looking at, it was a new ranch that's being split up, and they're gonna have, I don't even know how many, like 36 to 40 acre lots for sale. We are still technically first on the list.
Waiting.
We've been waiting since December, and it's always been, okay, well, call back in a couple of weeks, call back in a couple of weeks, call back in a couple of weeks. So it's June, and we're tired.
It's past middle of June.
It's the middle of June 2021 right now, and we are tired of waiting for this property to become available. We sold our house, we bought a camper, and we're currently crashing at my parents' house with our cats and our dog and my whole extended family. So we're ready, not to be away from them, because we love our family.
We do.
We're ready to start our adventure, and it's kind of frustrating that this land keeps getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. Now our motto is timing is everything.
Yep.
That's been like the whole theme of our entire marriage, basically. And we've found that, especially after selling the house. My mom got sick. She had to have open heart surgery. So the fact that the land, you know, wasn't ready when we wanted it to be, the fact that it took us a little bit longer to find a camper that we could buy than we thought it would, all of that kind of worked out. But now we're like, okay, mom's good, job's good, we are ready to start this process. We've been ready, and it's June, and it's freaking hot outside.
We did sell our house at the perfect time, by the way.
We did. We closed at the end of April. Did really well selling our house, which was super nice for us. It meant that we paid off all of our debt except for student loans, which today they don't count. Just today I'm not going to think about student loans and the fact that I have a mortgage payment of student loans for a job that I'm not even working in the field of. So we're just going to pretend they don't exist and say we're debt free minus student loans. They don't count. Yeah. So we decided that we were just done with this company that we were waiting to go through, and we were going to start looking at other properties everywhere. You know, we had kind of decided on this area outside of St. John's, Arizona, and realized, well, maybe we just, I don't know, maybe we go live in our camper for a year and just travel. Spend a month at a different RV park somewhere that we just want to be. Because as long as there's internet, work is not a problem. So we kind of just started thinking, well, we could do the same thing with land. We could pretty much go anywhere.
Okay.
Arizona still has the cheapest land. There are some places in Colorado and New Mexico and Nevada that have cheap land too, and it's all because nobody wants to live there because it's all desert. So that's what we're buying, is the land that's available because it's affordable, because it's desert and requires a ton of work, right?
That's fair.
That's fair. So we found this property that we were interested in, Nathan more so than me, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Okay, so 40 acres for this land down outside of Wilcox, Arizona, which is actually like Arizona wine country. Who knew that Arizona had wine country? I didn't until, oh, he did.
I knew.
He knew. Okay. All knowing right there. I'm actually not surprised that you knew.
Wine drinker.
Wine drinker right there. So it's in wine country, which is promising because this land is sandwiched between what we found out is a pistachio orchard and a vineyard. And it's surrounded in that area by like 6 or 7 different vineyards. So that means Arizona, things grow. That's good for us because we want things to grow. That's the whole point. And so it also had electricity at one corner that we could tap into, which would mean that we wouldn't have to invest in batteries for our solar panels just yet, because that's like the most expensive part of a solar system is storing it. So that would give us,
2/3 of the cost.
yeah, that would give us an opportunity to get our solar panels up, but to use the grid as a battery, which would then allow us to kind of put that money towards other immediate costs. So it was attractive.
It was a crutch.
It was a crutch.
It would help us get
to where we want to go.
Ultimately, we want to be off grid.
Yes, that's the whole point, is to be completely off grid.
It's
But
expensive to go off grid all at once.
it really is. It costs a lot of money up front.
It's doable, but it's
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah.
Here's the crazy thing. We're going to show you guys how we're doing it, so that if this is something that you want to consider,
You
if
can.
this is something that you want to investigate, or if you want to, you know, just cash in your chips like we did and go and have a grid life crisis of your own, you can do it.
It's true.
We're going to show you the pitfalls that we fall into. We can teach you the stuff that we've learned along the way, which, let's face it, it's not a whole lot.
No, so I watched the Homestead Rescue. I watched like 4 or 5 episodes. And it did make me feel better that most of the problems we had already talked about before ever watching this show. We had recognized, like, okay, water, solar, how we're going to handle having animals and things like that. So like these pitfalls that they had, we'd already kind of discussed all of that. So that did make me feel better, but there's still so much that we don't know.
Yep.
And stuff that's only going to come from failing, really, and lots of tears, probably, and swearing, definitely.
Which we'll be sure to bleep out for your sake, guys.
Yes. I was not sure about this property going down, and seeing it, I saw a lot of promise, but I still was not sure about this property. But I promised that I would keep an open mind and I would sleep on it. So we did. We slept on it, right?
Yep.
I woke up and was like, we have to go to St. John's anyway to take care of some stuff. It's on our way to I-40 to head back home. There's another property that this guy owns. 80 acres. So he was humoring me basically. He just wanted to, he wanted me to pick the other property, I think. And
Maybe.
my hope was that seeing this property, I could at least know that I had no regrets. We looked at it and we moved on, right? That'll give me an idea. So we get there. Why don't you tell that part?
You're gonna blame this on me, aren't you?
I'm not blaming anything on you. I talk a lot, so it's your turn.
Long story short, too late.
Yeah,
We're gonna use that a lot. That clip,
probably.
I think. Yeah.
The long story short. Too late.
Yeah.
I have to pee.
Oh.
So maybe not this exit, but the next one we see. We're not gonna make this one. Yeah.
I can.
Oh, you can.